When there was political strife between the two countries, the Saudis actually stopped importing the kiswa from Egypt, and it's part of the disease of nationalism that has entered into the Muslim cultures, and they actually began to produce the kiswa themselves. Now, traditionally, the kiswa was cut up and given out, and it was traditionally given out to the people that went on the Hajj. It was just, if you happened to be there. I had a man who was from Italy who became Muslim. He was, now they let dignitaries into the Kabah in this state religion called Islam, not to be confused with the religion of Ibrahim and the Prophet Muhammad called Islam. But in that state religion, they actually let these so-called dignitaries, who I don't know what dignity they have. Really, it's not a good title for these people, because a lot of them are actually just thugs. They're the people that have been most brutal power. I mean, quite literally by killing people and smashing heads in. In fact, in some countries, that's actually the quickest rise to power in whatever the state apparatus is the one who's actually the most vicious, who can kill people without batting an eyelid, so to speak. Like the present ruler of Iraq was noted for his viciousness. So to call them dignitaries really is, I mean, I think we would actually, it would be easier to call a dog a dignitary than a lot of these people. And even to compare them to dogs would be, I think, quite inappropriate, because dogs are just acting their dogginess. They're not being other than a dog, and you can't blame a dog for being a dog, but you can certainly blame a human being for behaving less than an animal. But this Italian man who was making his pilgrimage happened to be a little too close to the Libyan delegation, and they were letting them into the Kaaba, and he got pushed in to the Kaaba with the delegation. They thought he was part of the Libyan delegation, and he didn't have any problem with that. So he actually went into the Kaaba, and actually the Prophet ﷺ did initially want to make the Kaaba open for people to go inside of it. But he changed that, and so traditionally people did not go inside of it. But it is permissible to go into the Kaaba, and if one does, one is not supposed to look up, according to the traditions, to the roof of the Kaaba. And we believe in what's called the Bayt al-Ma'mur, which is the ancient house, which is I don't want to use Platonic terms, but it's actually the ideal house of which the Kaaba, in a sense, is a prototype of on the earth. And that ancient, the Bayt al-Ma'mur, there is a connection between the two houses. And so it's as if there's a floodgate of light coming down upon that house. So it's a very, again, if you're there and if you're at the Multazam, it's a very powerful place to be and something to experience. So the Kaaba was cut into pieces and given out, and now it's done for these so-called dignitaries to put on their walls in their offices or something like that, symbolic of their adherence to the state religion called Islam, not to be confused with Islam.